So we are live at 110 in the morning. 109 actually. 109 is the word witness. So this is a witness for you. The one, the zero, and the nine. So we need to understand the implications of these numbers and the importance of these numbers. The topic of this lesson is that in the Quran it teaches that you are still in the garden, even though the Muslims don't know that it teaches that, but it does teach that. And so we are going to take verses of the Quran, the story of Adam in the garden. What happened in the story of Adam in the garden? It's the same story that I just told you happened in the Bible, is that we never left the garden. This is like a joke that I am going to share with you. There was this very young elephant. He's very evil. Now, there was a whole bunch of ants on this tree. The ants live in the tree. That tree has to be in the garden. There's only the garden. The tree is in the garden, and you are the ants, that are in the garden, on the tree, all over the evil tree. Now, this elephant, he keeps coming. He's a young elephant. He's stupid. He keeps coming and hitting the tree. And what happens to the ants? They all fall. Every day he comes, bang, he bangs the tree, and all the ants fall. And so, the ants were really, really sick and tired of this shit, right? So one day, the elephant came, he hit the tree, all the ants fell, except one ant. It landed on the elephant by his neck. And so all the ants, from underneath, they yelled at the ant that's on top. And it's like, hey, place him into a choke him, put him into a chokehold, that way he will submit. The ant's telling the ant. I mean, that's a joke. But it's actually no joke. It turned out that the ants could turn the ant into whatever they want. They are powerful ants. And they're like, God, this elephant keep fucking with us. Can you please turn that one ant that's trying to choke the elephant into an actual iron and choke him, the evil elephant. And so you could do that. It's all numbers. So you did that. You got rid of the three of the one. The one is three. The one, three is one. You are an ant, but you could choke an elephant. You can. You are man. You are an anti. Anti. You are the anti, which is what it makes you the good. Who is the anti? The anti is the one that has you in the tree, the Antichrist, who has you inside the beast, which is the tree of good and evil, because you died in the very beginning. Obviously, God said you would. The Quran says you did. What is the story of the Quran of creation? What is the story of creation in the Quran? It is similar and complementary to the story in the Bible, because you're supposed to take both stories in order for you to know the full story. Even though each one individually explains it, you just don't know how to interpret it. But I could interpret it for you mathematically, logically, scientifically, in any way you want. So, what happened in the garden from the Quran? From the Quran it says, أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم وإذ قلنا للملائكة إني جاعل في الأرض خليفة. That's when God told the angels that he is going to put on earth a Khalifa, somebody to tend the earth, to tend the garden. That's what it says in the Bible. I am going to put man in the garden to tend the garden. The garden is what? It's the multiverse. It's the many universes. That's your garden, man. You could do anything. And he said, you could do whatever you want, man. You could create, you could make, you could this. You can't create, but you could make. You could fix. You're the gardener. So you could go to any tree universe you want. But instead, you were like, God, you put me to take care of the garden. He said, yes. He said, I have a tree that is in the middle. Can I fix that? And he said, well, I'll put you in charge. You do whatever you want to do. So man said, I don't want to die, so I'm going to make a copy of myself since I am a copy of you, God. And then maybe we'll make another copy. And so he designed all this. So I made a copy, and this is what God says in the Quran. I am going to put somebody on earth to take care of the earth. And the angel said, are you going to put in there somebody wicked? And he said, I know that which you know not. And God told Adam what? All the names and the numbers. How? He just made him a copy of himself. God put himself into Adam, or he made a copy. And that happened before this beginning. There was the other beginning, which is the first beginning is God made his servant, his word, which is the word kun, which is the word be. The 7 and 70, Arabic and English, they add up to 77, which is Christ. Christ, the anointed, is the tool by which God uses and has used to create the universe and the multiverse and the string theory and all of that. It's all true. You could jump from one string to another, from one tree to another. You are in charge of the garden. And God told Adam the names. Well, before that, here's another beginning. I said God made a copy of himself. So who's the one doing all these things? It's not God. This is the copy doing it. This is the copy of one, which is the one, middle. So who is that one? That's Adam. So Adam made Adam. Adam, the real Adam, made a copy of himself. So there's two Adams. Now the copy, the picture, he ate of the tree. But Adam, of course, he knew everything. He's the copy of God. So he never ate of the tree. And he couldn't have eaten of the tree, even if he wanted to, because God said, do not go near the tree. And so he could never possibly go near the tree. But who can go near the tree and eat of the tree? Well, Adam's servant, basically, which is still Adam, because Adam makes many servants. He's the servant of God. He could make many sevens, many universes. He could fix anything. So now Adam's servant goes to the tree, the picture, the copy. That's what it says in the Quran. وَلَقَدْ خَلَقْنَاكُمْ ثُمَّ صَوَّرْنَاكُمْ ثُمَّ قُلْنَا لِلْمَلَائِكَةِ اسْجُدُوا لِآدَمَ وَلَقَدْ خَلَقْنَاكُمْ. Who created you? It's in the plural. إِنَّا نَحْنُ نَزَّلْنَا. It's all plural. Why? Because it's God and his servant. And the servant is doing everything for God. So who's really doing it? They're both doing it. And that's why he say, "Inna nahnu" in Hebrew. Ani nahnu in Hebrew. Let us make man. Who is us? It is God and his image. They make the man in their image, but there's already an image since there's us. It has to be. And you say, no, it doesn't have to be. Well, it needs to be for your own benefit because this is the solution to your problem. Is that you don't understand that God is able to do everything and he could make a copy of a copy of a copy and it doesn't hurt him anything because it's all mathematical, logical, scientific. So now we know what happened in the garden. According fixed it. He made a copy of himself. He let that copy go near that tree. The copy can go near the tree, but Adam himself, not the Adam, he cannot go near the tree, nor could Eve. But of course, Adam is God, the image of God. Adam is doing all this. Adam is the father. He's the son. He is the Lord of hosts. He is the servant of God. He is all this mathematically. And so Adam made a copy of himself. And then from that copy, he took out Eve. But this is all Adam. All of you, he's making you. He took Eve and he sent you to the tree. And he said, Eve, baby, go over there and pretend that you're stupid. And she said, "Why, Adam?" Like, let me explain to you. Here's the plan. And you're like, "Oh, okay, that's a good plan, baby." And then she went, and she's like, "Okay, and here, Adam, you want to eat this? It's the tree," and we ate of the tree. But that's the copy. The real me and baby, we're watching. The fake me and fake baby eating of the tree and pretend dying. They fail. I mean, it wasn't really convincing, but you didn't have to convince anybody except dumbass, the snake. It's not like he could see. I don't know what the fuck he was doing in the tree anyway. Oh yeah, we put him there. So he never needed to sneak into the garden. The garden doesn't have any limitations. How can you limit the garden of God? God made a garden and it has limitations. You see, just common sense stuff. The gardens that God made doesn't have limitations. If God makes you a boat, you think you can fit everything into that boat? God made the boat. You could put whatever you want. You could put the whole universe into that boat. But the boat is small and the universe is big. No. If God made a boat for the universe, it fits the universe. You could just shrink it. He put the whole universe inside of me. I mean, it was very painful, but it's doable. It's easily doable for God, especially God, since God doesn't have to do it. Adam is doing it, and Adam is man, and man doesn't lose. You think man loses? Who else is this for? So, according to the Quran, first God created a copy of himself. We know that because إِنَّا نَحْنُ نَزَّلْنَا الذِّكْرَ وَلَقَدْ خَلَقْنَاكُمْ. So it's more than one. It's God and his servant. God and his servant is kun. إنما أمره إذا أراد شيئا أن يقول له كن فيكون. His command whenever he desires anything is to say to it be. 7. Yes, God. Do this. Create all this. Do this. Okay, God. He doesn't even have to say nothing. And he doesn't because his servant does everything and then he presents it to him and then God says be. You're like, how could he do one before the other? Because God is not part of time. Neither is the servant of God. And so we communicate with each other in that manner. Is that whenever whatever I make is ready for it to be created, I present it to God, to one, and if it's good, if we fix the tree, like God, good universe, it has, all the gardens, the garden is good. I did a good job. I say you did an excellent job. Okay, be Adam. And so this is all already have been done. The good news about all this is that you learn from the Quran and from the Bible that you are still in the garden. Because when you picture 8, it died. You die, you don't move. Where are you going? Oh, you're dreaming as you are dead. You're sleeping. I understand that. You ate, you fell asleep. You don't want to say you died. I'm okay with that. So you're dreaming that led you out of the garden. Get out, and then you got out of the garden and all this happened. No, this is all in your imagination. You're still in the tree. You cannot possibly leave the garden. There's nowhere to go. There's the multiverse, and you cannot transgress or go outside the multiverse. God says in the Quran, in chapter 55, 55 is Satan, but 55 is merciful, Ar-Rahman. Ar-Rahman alam al-Quran. The merciful one teaches you the Quran, and so I'm teaching you the Quran. I am the mercy to you. I teach you that in the Quran it say, يا معشر الجن والإنس إن استطعتم أن تنفذوا من مقترب السماوات والأرض فانفذوا لا تنفذون إلا بسلطان. And so earth and the heavens and the universe is surrounded by you cannot go outside the tree, basically. You cannot go outside the universe. You cannot go outside of it. But where is it? It's in the middle of the garden. You're still in the garden. You have to be because there's nothing else. The story of you leaving, that is just the movie that you made. Okay, the real you may wrote this movie. You say, okay, let this happen. Eat of the tree. We're gonna take you out. You're just acting in a movie. None of it is real. You never left the garden. You're still in the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, right next to the tree of life. Matter of fact, you could just reach out your hand and grab some of the light, some of the other tree of life, and you could just eat that, and then you will live. How do I know this? Because I'm the gardener of the garden. I'm the carpenter. I mean, I could cut down this tree and build you a house instead, or I could just cut down the three branches. Uh, you know, the red, the blue, and the neither, Republican, Democrat, or neither. Which one? I'll say no. Let's cut these three down. We don't need them. They're all a figment of our imagination. They all lead to 666, and I'm going to give you the branch. His name is the branch. Who is that? Yeshua. B is 2, R is 18, A is 1, so that's 21, and N 14, that's 35, and C, that's 3, that's 38, and H 8, that's 46. But I'm not just giving you any branch. I'm giving you the branch. His name is Yeshua, the branch. So add the, which is 33, to 46, and you'll have 79. Yeshua. Yeshua. And you also have Sayed, which is me, 79. I am the branch. I am a new branch in the tree. Not A, not B, not C, not 1, not 2, not 3, because they're all 666. 666. Do you want the gospel, the cross, or Jesus? Anyone you choose, you're choosing 666. This is mathematically coded, and there's no disputing it. It's, are you trying to convince me or convince yourself that 666 is good? No, you know better. You have studied the Bible, the Quran, all that. Now, you never left the garden in the Quran. God first created you, and then he made a copy of you. وَلَقَدْ خَلَقْنَاكُمْ ثُمَّ صَوَّرْنَاكُمْ ثُمَّ قُلْنَا لِلْمَلَائِكَةِ اسْجُدُوا لِآدَمَ. Which Adam? There's two Adams. There, وَلَقَدْ خَلَقْنَاكُمْ ثُمَّ صَوَّرْنَاكُمْ. So what was the first thing that he did? He created, and then he made a copy of you. So the creation, we could say, exists, but the copy doesn't exist. It's a copy. And so the copy is the one that ate of the tree. The real Adam could not possibly go near the tree. It would not have been possible for him. You cannot go against what God says. You don't have that power. The power he gives you can be only used to serve him. And so we created you, and then we took a picture of you. Then we made a copy of you. And then we said to the angels, bow down to Adam. Which Adam? They bow down to. It's the same Adam. Now, whether they were bowing down to God or Adam's copy, who are they bowing to? In all three instances, they are bowing down to the copy of God, to the image of God, not to God, because they can't get to God yet. They have to go through the first creation, which is the making of the copy and the tree and in this whole terrific soap opera drama. Way better than the Kardashians. This is your life story. So you're still in the garden. God first made you, and then he made a copy of you, and then the copy ate of the tree. The copy went near the tree. The copy got stuck to the tree. And since it's a copy, like a picture, you could just stick it to the tree. And would it move? No. Why? Because it's dead. It's a picture. It never was anything yet. This is just a copy of the copy. And so now you think you exist, but you're just stuck to the tree. But I could make you real. I could give you life, but you'll have to cut down the tree. Or I could cut down the tree for you and say, hey, we could go any other option you want. It's not really that hard. You are in the garden. You never left the garden. The dream that you're having that you left the garden and all these things having bad is because you're just stuck to the tree. You're just a picture, and you think anything is real when nothing is really real except the garden all around you. But you can't see it. You're just a picture. As a matter of fact, he have you taped your picture, but you are stuck to the tree from, you know, you're stuck to the tree from where you think your eyes are, but that's just a picture of you. And so the back that is looking in the garden can't see anything. You don't have eyes in the back of your head, not the picture. You just got the back of the picture. The back of the picture, you can't see anything. You just like feel, and it blinds you. You know, you're stuck to the tree. You're the picture facing the tree, and you don't know that behind you is the whole garden. You never left the garden. You think you left, and you're just asleep on the tree. It is a very simple, easy to understand analogy, and of course, if you want to break it down mathematically, I could easily do that for you. But let's focus on God saying, I am going to send you the branch. And so now he sends you Yeshua, he sends you Sayyid, he sends you 79, the branch. He said his name is the branch. And now I calculate it for you and say, well, I am the branch. And I am Yeshua. And you're like, you can be. And I'm like, for your own benefit, it is better for you, I had said before, literally and mathematically. It's like, it's better for you that I go. Unless I go, I can't send to you the branch, the comforter, the helper, the Mark Master, Holy Spirit, all that good stuff. So I'm here now with you, for you, to teach you, to help you, to comfort you, to serve you, and for you to serve with me. One, serve your Father, serve God, live in the multiverse, live in the garden instead of living stuck, ass backwards onto the evil tree. When we could easily cut it down, build a new tree, cut it down, make something like maybe um, benches in the garden. We could make benches in the garden. I think a garden will benefit from having benches. So we could cut down the tree and make benches with it. That way we could sit anywhere in the tree, enjoy the garden, you know. We could do that. I like that one. Because, yes, the garden is huge. We've only been on one tree. So, of course, we could go to all the other trees. But it's good to have benches for me and all my children, you know, billions and billions of you, to enjoy the garden with me. We could sit down on the benches and we could go to any tree we want. We could eat anything we want. It's not bad. I mean, isn't that what we do now? But we go to fake gardens. Why don't we go back to the real garden? We never left it. So what happened after God made Adam and then he made a copy of him? The copy went and, the picture literally was walking to Satan. And Satan saw the picture and was like, Adam. And, he didn't say, I'm just, like, yeah, what's up? Picture talk. Like, you want to eat of this tree? And, the picture of Adam and Eve, they're like, we're a picture. We can't eat. Are you going to stick an apple inside the picture? But the devil believed that they were real. So we're like, yeah, what you got? We made this whole, we call it Tamthilia, we made this whole play. This is just a play. It's a funny play, actually. It's a comedy. It's very funny. If you don't get it, um, uh, you should. Very funny. It's a play. You think Shakespeare? Who do you think is Shakespeare? I wrote all of Shakespeare. I wrote all of your songs. Like, I don't want to turn the radio on, but if I turn it on, it'd be a song that I wrote because I'm having fun with this. This is fun. You don't think it's funny? It's fucking hilarious to me. Anyway, the copy, the picture, that's what ate the apple. And so, can the picture die? The picture was never alive. Is your picture alive? Take a picture of you and put it on the table in your apartment or your house. And unless you move it, or somebody in your household moves it, it's gonna stay there. It's not like there's wind inside. It's gonna stay there unless you pick it up. And so that's what happened to you. You're the picture. You went over there. You pretend died because you were already dead. Nobody ever lived. Not yet. First, we had to play this movie. It's fun. We had to write this book. It's wonderful. You should read it. You read it? Oh, you misunderstood it. I'm trying to explain it to you. You couldn't have possibly went near the tree, and you couldn't have possibly ate of the tree, uh, and you couldn't have possibly left the garden, according to both the Quran and the Bible, and of course the Torah. It's a trick that you played on the devil. You went as a picture. He thought you were real. You ate. You like, oh, what is wrong? I don't know what happened. And you pretend died. And he's like, I killed him. I'm the shit. I'm 55. Two fives are 10. Two fives are 10. I'm 55. I'm 55. Two fives are 10. He's fucking retarded. He's a snake. So I'm 55. I'm a perfect 10. I killed my enemy. But you can't kill the one that made you. Who made Satan and put him in the garden and put him on the tree? Adam did. Adam and God is interchangeable. Adam and the copy of God. The Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit. This is all what? That's all the copies. One copy, another copy, a third copy, whatever we want. We do whatever we want. We are the image of God. Are we going to die? Why in the fuck for? I'm just going to make a copy of me, and that copy is already dead. It's just a picture. Go die. Go play with this devil. Oh, I'm 55. I'm 10. I'm a perfect 10. And then he's like 55 and 55. Oh shit, I'm 110, 255s. Or something, because he thinks he could make copies. We just letting him play in the tree. So he took us, he thought he took all of us and he put us inside the tree. All he did, he took the picture and stuck it to the tree backwards. We're like, okay, that's fine. So we left the picture. Do with the picture whatever the fuck you want. You play with the picture for 6,000 years. But where are we? We're still in heaven. We never left heaven. We're having the time of our lives. And now we have to tend the garden. We have to cut down that tree and make benches. And we could build another tree. But first, we're going to eat of the tree of life because it's right next to the other tree. Do we live? Of course. For how long? Just forever. Even if you live for 1 second in eternity, that's living forever. And it's good to live forever. It's better than being dead and a picture stuck to a tree. And so I'm going to replace your picture with the real you, which, of course, I have with me in the garden. And so I'll tell you who you really are. You made all this. Get unstuck of the tree. Just cut the whole tree with the picture. We just make another copy of you, the real you, that's already in the garden. And we could transfer all the powers from one to the other. We have that power. You are, after all, man. You are the image of God. And you made yourself. You did not create yourself because you cannot create. You can, if God wants you to. But we call it making. the first stage of creation. And so, if you, the copy of God, does anything, who did it? You and God. Or God did it through you. Who gets the credit? God. So, can God say, I created? Of course. But what did he use to create? He used the word. What is that word? You, me. It's the word be. It's kun. It's be. 70 and 7, 77. So we have this pesky tree that is flea infested in the middle of our beautiful garden, and we don't know what to do with it. Really? What kind of fucking garden are you? Get a gardener from Mexico and tell him, what do I do with this tree? And call any pest control place and tree specialist and tell him, what do I do with a tree that is fucking up the whole other trees? And you say, cut it down, and do you want to put another tree? Pay the hard-working Mexicans what they are worth, and you say, you know what? Don't even take the tree out of the roots. I'll make it easy for you. Do you have a saw? And you're like, well, I've seen the movie Saw many times. I'm like, no, we're not talking about the movie. That's when it's in a movie within a movie. No, we're talking about a real saw. Like, yeah, like to cut down the tree. Like, yeah. You say, can I use like the electric saw? Yeah. Can it? Does it have to be gas generated? No, you could use battery generated. Any saw you use to cut down the tree is okay. Do I have to cut down the whole tree? No, very hard working gardener. I'm like, what the fuck? Just cut. Okay, make it hard. Look, don't cut the tree. There's three branches coming out of the tree. Cut the three branches. That's it. Extra work for you. But if that's what you want to do, that's fine. Hard working gardener. So either cut down the three branches because they're all, three. Three is one, one is three. The three branches go to the one tree and they say, look, the three branches are one. The one is three, three is one. It's the same tree. And you're like, yeah, that makes perfect sense. No, you're a fucking retarded idiot. That is one tree, but three branches. The three branches are on top of the tree. They're not the tree. Either cut down the branches or cut down the tree. Don't root it out. How do I know that? Because I already told you this in Daniel. We're going to cut down the tree and we're going to make a new tree that is going to. When did we do that? We did that with Nebuchadnezzar, right? He's the tree and then we cut him down. Nebuchadnezzar is none other than the one that made the beast. He made the golden idol in the very beginning. He said, worship my. All these stories, we made them. It's a script, it's a movie. Okay, just follow them. They're not hard to follow. Read Daniel. I don't know if I could read Daniel for you. I don't feel like it. I wonder if we are allowed to listen to it. We should be able to. Maybe, possibly. No. Why? Because some of the three branches are, your social media. Some form of it. We don't know exactly which one it is, but why take a chance? So what do? I will tell you what Daniel say. Go read Daniel, or I will read it to you instead of, or I would have it read to you. So we will go to the Bible Gateway again, and we go. Which one do we want to read, Daniel? And so we will go to Daniel, which is what? We said Daniel. Book of Daniel. In the third year. Wow, okay. Daniel. Let's not go into Daniel 3. Not plus. Read the Bible. Daniel 117. 117. 117 is the son of Jonah. As for these four young men, God gave them knowledge and skill in all literature and wisdom. And so that's what I'm doing. I'm breaking down the literature and wisdom for you of the Bible and the Quran. And Daniel had understanding in all visions and dreams. Then the secret was revealed to Daniel in a night vision. And so I'm revealing to you the vision while you are asleep. So Daniel blessed the Lord of heaven. Vision of the four beasts. This is the vision of the four beasts that I told you that are on the tree. Four winds of heaven. Okay. It's all connected. I was grieved in my spirit within my body, and the vision of my head troubled me. Ram and goat. Gabriel interprets the vision. Vision of the glorious man. I am the glorious man. In the third year of Cyrus, king of Persia, a message was revealed to Daniel, whose name was called Belshazzar. The message was true. The message is true. Who reveals it to you? The glorious man. I am the glorious man, the image of God. But the appointed time was long. Now is the appointed time. It's been a long time, but now it is. And he understood the message and had understanding of the vision. And what does he do? He delivers to you. The image of gold, 3, you see?
Daniel 3. Open menu. New King James Version. Open menu. The image of gold. 3. Nebuchadnezzar the king made an image of gold, whose height was 60 cubits, and its width 6 cubits. He set it up in the plain of Dura, in the province of Babylon. 2. And King Nebuchadnezzar sent word to gather together the satraps, the administrators, the governors, the counselors, the treasurers, the judges, the magistrates,
Everybody.
and all the officials of the provinces, to come to the dedication of the image which King Nebuchadnezzar had set up.
That's Satan.
3. So the satraps, the administrators, the governors, the counselors, the treasurers, the judges, the magistrates, and all the officials of the provinces gathered together for the dedication of the image that King Nebuchadnezzar had set up, and they stood before the image that Nebuchadnezzar had set up. For then a herald cried, Be aloud, to you it is commanded, O peoples, nations, and languages, 5. That at the time you hear the sound of the horn, flute, harp, lyre, and psaltery, in symphony with all kinds of music, you shall fall down and worship the gold image that King Nebuchadnezzar has set up. 6. And whoever does not fall down and worship shall be cast immediately into the midst of a burning fiery furnace. 7. So at that time, when all the people heard the sound of the horn, flute, harp, and lyre, in symphony with all kinds of music, all the people, nations, and languages fell down and worshipped the gold image which King Nebuchadnezzar had set up.
Time ago. This is now.
Daniel's friends disobey the king. 8. Therefore at that time certain Chaldeans came forward and accused the Jews. 9. They spoke and said to King Nebuchadnezzar, O king, live forever.
That's me.
10. You, O king, have made a decree that everyone who hears the sound of the horn, flute, harp, lyre, and psaltery, in symphony with all kinds of music, shall fall down and worship the gold image. 11. And whoever does not fall down and worship shall be cast into the midst of a burning fiery furnace. 12. There are certain Jews whom you have set over the affairs of the province of Babylon, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. These men, O king, have not paid due regard to you. They do not serve your gods or worship the gold image which you have set up. 13. Then Nebuchadnezzar, in rage and fury, gave the command to bring Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. So they brought these men before the king. 14. Nebuchadnezzar spoke, saying to them, Is it true, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, that you do not serve my gods or worship the gold image which I have set up? 15. Now if you are ready at the time you hear the sound of the horn, flute, harp, lyre, and psaltery, in symphony with all kinds of music, and you fall down and worship the image which I have made, good. But if you do not worship, you shall be cast immediately into the midst of a burning fiery furnace. And who is the God who will deliver you from my hands? 16. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego answered and said to the king, O Nebuchadnezzar, we have no need to answer you in this matter. 17. If that is the case, our God whom we serve is able to deliver us from the burning fiery furnace, and he will deliver us from your hands,
That's what he's doing
O king.
now.
18. But if not, let it be known to you, O king, that we do not serve your gods, nor will we worship the gold image which you have set up. Saved in fiery trial. 19. Then Nebuchadnezzar was full of fury, and the expression on his face changed toward Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. He spoke and commanded that they heat the furnace 7 times more than it was usually heated.
It doesn't matter.
20. And he commanded certain mighty men of valor, who were in his army, to bind Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, and cast them into the burning fiery furnace. 21. Then these men were bound in their coats, their trousers, their turbans, and their other garments, and were cast into the midst of the burning fiery furnace. 22. Therefore, because the king's command was, see, urgent, and the furnace exceedingly hot, the flame of the fire killed those men who took up Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. 23. And these 3 men, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, fell down bound into the midst of the burning fiery furnace. 24. Then King Nebuchadnezzar was astonished, and he rose in haste and spoke, saying to his counselors, Did we not cast 3 men bound into the midst of the fire? They answered and said to the king, True, O king. 25. Look, he answered, I see 4 men loose, walking in the midst of the fire, and they are not hurt, and the form of the 4th is like the Son of God.
I am that.
Nebuchadnezzar praises God.
the son of
26.
Adam.
Then Nebuchadnezzar went near the mouth of the burning fiery furnace and spoke, saying, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, servants of the Most High God, come out, and come here. Then Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego came from the midst of the fire. 27. And the satraps, administrators, governors, and the king's counselors gathered together, and they saw these men on whose bodies the fire had no power. The hair of their head was not singed, nor were their garments affected, and the smell of fire was not on them. 28. Nebuchadnezzar spoke, saying,
28.
Blessed be the God of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, who sent his angel, and delivered his servants who trusted in him, and they have frustrated the king's word, and yielded their bodies, that they should not serve nor worship any god except their own God. 29. Therefore I make a decree that any people, nation, or language which speaks anything amiss against the God of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego shall be cut in pieces, and their houses shall be made an ash heap, because there is no other God who can deliver like this. 30. Then the king, promoted Shadrach,
30.
Meshach,
Bible.
and Abednego in the province of Babylon. Footnotes. Daniel 3 verse 1 about 90 feet. Daniel 3 verse 4 lit. With strength. Daniel 3 verse 22 or heart.
And so you see, and you hear that we could deliver you out of the fire. That's not a big deal. It's just a picture. Even if you burn, the real you is not burning. It cannot possibly touch you. The fire cannot possibly touch you. Not if you have the fourth, the green pill. Remember, he threw only 3 into the fire, but there was a fourth one, me, with you. I came into the fire, and I said, I protected you, I covered you, I saved you. That way, no fire will touch you. And I said, you guys are you chilling here, or you want to get out, or what? So, and then we got out. I got you out of the fire. It did not touch you. It cannot burn you. But you cannot bow down to the image of gold. Neither can you bow down every time, everybody sneezes. That's basically what it says. Bow, bow. Bow. No, we're not going to bow. We don't bow. We're men. And we're servants of God. We're not servants of a gold image. We're not servants of money. We're not servants of... we're not going to bow down to the gold image or to the king. We only have one king, our Father. Adam, who came and he saved us, and his son, Jesus, the Son of God, the image, not the Son of God, the real God. The Father, not God. But it is God too. It's both. It's okay. Now, that vision of Daniel is what's happening now. It said the vision is for some time in the future. We are a long time into the future, and now the fulfillment of this image is that you, as servants of God, even if they throw you into the fire cannot touch you, because I am protecting you. I am with you. Just don't bow down to the image. The image is 666. And so we will take the 666 code out of the tree. The 666 is Lucifer. He is the fire. He cannot touch you. If we eliminate him, we take him out of the program. And that's easily doable with simple mathematics, science, things that you already know, things that I will teach you. We could put water on the fire. I am water. That's how I saved you. I mean, water inside the fire. It doesn't even get hot. Not if I don't want it to. Not if you don't want it to. You are still in the garden. That is the topic of this conversation. You are still in the garden. The tree that is built inside, the image that is built inside the tree, you don't have to bow down to it. You live in the garden. In the garden, nothing can touch you. You are the gardener in the garden. God puts you in the garden to be in the garden forever. and to tend the garden. That's what you're doing. Even if you don't know what you're doing, I'm teaching you. Your job is to cut down the tree of good and evil, and you could put any tree in this place. You could just make a copy of one other tree and put it there. Put two trees of life. That way you don't just circle around this one tree. In the middle of the garden, you could put the tree of life and you could put the other tree of life. Same tree of life. Different fruit, but they do the same results. They eliminate every sickness, disease. You live forever. You're not sad. That's the tree of life. You should try it. I tried it. It's delicious. It's good. It's way better than the evil tree. You're my children. I love you. So why not try this new fruit? Try it with me, babies. Just hold on to my finger. I am the image of God, so I have big hands. You're a baby, but even you, baby, hold on to my finger. I'm your daddy. I'm not gonna steer you wrong. Hold on to my finger. That's the first thing you are able to do. Or just use one finger. If you think you're grown enough, use one finger and share this video and all videos of mine with everybody. That way they could know what they are. They are babies. They're my babies, and I'm going to save you. I'm going to protect you from the fire. I'm going to explain to you that we could never have left the garden. It wasn't us. It was a copy. It's all simple stuff. And anything we imagine, and the book tells us it is what it is, that is what it is. I am is. I am it. 29, 28. No is 29, the N and the O. And the O, if you don't want it to be 15, we could make it a 0. And then you will have your 27, just 14. Instead of no, use the two 14s to be, twice. Be in the beginning, be again. You made a picture of yourself. You have that power. You have superpower. You are man, meaning mankind. 57. You are the Ness, Ness, 19, 19, 19. You are the 3 19s. Beginning and the end, the beginning and the end, the beginning and the end. You could make any beginning, any end you want. You're in control. The beginning of the garden, the end of the garden, it's all the same. You never left the garden. You couldn't have possibly left the garden. There's nothing else. There's nothing in reality. You're doing all this. The Big Bang, we're fixing to do that. How could it be possible? You're man. You could do anything. 19, 19, that's all you need. You have 3 19s. Just use 2 of them. If you want to save one for a spare or something. I'm 9 19s. How many 19s do you want? How many beginning and ends do you want? I give you as many as you want. I got 9 of them. I could get more. But why would you need more? Just make a new end or new beginning. Just use the 1 and the 9. You want to use both of them? Take the 2 19s, the beginning and the end, and the beginning and the end. Smack them with each other, and you will have the Big Bang. You will have any beginning, any end you want. Mix them together. Play with them. You could do that. You are the image of God. I will teach you. It's all numbers. It is really not that hard, children. And babies, you say, I'm a baby, I don't know how to do it. I'm your daddy. I studied this. I'm alive. I'm still in the garden. So what is it that you need? I got it. You need more numbers? What do you need? Zeros? I could give you zeros, baby. Does it cost me anything to give you a 0? I could give each one of you a 0, 10 zeros. I don't care. I love you, children. So if you have 1,000, I'll give you 3 zeros. You'll have 1,000,000. You'll be all millionaires. Is that going to take anything from me? No. I'm just giving you zeros. Why do I care? You're my children. I love you. We can't give zeros. If you are, you have all these superpowers, and you are man, like I said, Superman has man in him. Batman, Spider-Man, Ant-Man, Iron Man, the old man. Without man, they're nothing. And you want to be Iron Man? Iron is 57. Is the weight of iron 57? Scientifically speaking, 319. And it's also chapter 57 in the Quran, iron, chapter 57, which is half of the chapters of the Quran. So if you want more 19s, just take the iron and multiply it by 2. You will have double iron, a two-edged sword. You could cut any tree you want in the garden, baby, with that tree, with that sword. It's a very powerful sword. Have you read the books of the Seeker or watched the series on WB or something? It's a double-edged sword. If you use it for goodness, you could cut down any tree. You could easily cut down the branches. You don't have to hire the Mexicans if you don't want to. Uh, you could just, Richard, you could just cut down either the tree or you could use what's her name? His girlfriend in the book. You're like, well, I don't know the book. You are inside the book. The book is about you. You are the 2 zeros inside. Remember, I gave you the zeros. You are the zeros. Just be the zeros. What are the zeros? A zero is like a pill. I'm giving you an invisible pill, which is zero. It's nothing. If you take it, it cannot possibly harm you. I'm giving you a pill, an invisible pill. You take it and you will live. It's the fourth. Remember, there are 3 in the fire. I'm the fourth. I'm the pill. I come and say, here, take this pill. It's a zero. What happens if you take it? Fire cannot touch you. What do you think? Why did the fire not touch them? I gave them the pill of protection. I could give you protection. I made all of this. I could give you a zero. If you go inside the zero, even if you are inside the fire cannot reach you. It cannot, because the zero is protecting you. It's surrounding you. You're nothing. How could fire burn nothing? It cannot. Fire has to burn something. And so you have to be the zero. Trust in the zero. Go inside the zero. Be the zero. And I will hit you with another zero. We got plenty of zeros. They're nothing. We hit nothing with nothing and we'll have a big bang. Big bang. That's how we have the big bang. It had to come from somewhere. You had to come from somewhere. You came from a mathematical design of God. Hit zero with zero, you have the big bang. At the end, you're playing with the beginning and the end. You are the beginning and the end. So you could begin anywhere, you could end anywhere. You could change the beginning and the end. You have many beginnings and ends. I'm giving you 9 19s, you have 3 19s, you could double yourself. You are powerful. You could have as many beginnings and ends as you want. And so we designed a new beginning for you, which is already what we told you in the Torah, in the Gospel, in the Bible, and in the Quran, is that you could not have possibly went near the tree. God said, don't go near the tree. And so the only logical explanation, this is philosophy, mathematics, and common sense, deductive reasoning, is that you could not possibly go near the tree. So what happened? God created you and then he made a copy of you. But before that, can we make another beginning? Sure. Let's go make another beginning. And we make, in the beginning, before God made man, God made a copy of himself. And so now the copy of God, the servant of God, he was the one who made man. A copy of himself too. So man and God are exact copies of each other. The copy God and the man God. And so when the copy God told the angels bow down to Adam and to Lucifer, they all bowed down. And he told Lucifer, but Lucifer did not bow down. So we put him in the midst of the garden. We say, here you go. Here's your tree. We made the copy, went to the tree, ate, and died. It's all a game. It's all numbers. Any way you want to spin it and turn it around, it comes down to the same thing. Is that you never left the garden. So what happened after? You read the Quran, you read the Bible. I will read it for you. I will read it with you. And you will see, as we read in Daniel, is that even though you are inside the fire, if you surround yourself with the protection of the zero, which is, the O in one, I am 19, I'm with you. The N and the E is 19. And so with me, you are protected. Not with Neo, because in the end of Neo is a zero. You don't want to end with a zero. You want to begin with the zero. That's how you have the Big Bang. You want to begin with the zero. That way you end in the end, 19, 1 and 9. You begin with zero, you become one, and then you become the end, and you could do whatever you want. You are the end. But in the other way, with Neo, with Keanu Reeves and his bullshit ass movies, only he begins. He's the only thing that fucking matters. The devil. The evil. The only one he saves is the Trinity, 666. And they fly happily ever after. Is that what you want to believe? This is the brainwashing that they are doing to you on a grand scale. All the movies you watch, all the Disney, all the shows, all the TV, all the news, everything is what? It's all the same shit. You have to say 1, 3, 3 is 1. Here's your choice. You want 66, 666, or 666? Or you will burn in the fire. Like, no. I will deprogram this bullshit ass tree because I'm the gardener. I could do that. Gardener in heaven doesn't have to actually cut down the tree. He could just program it away. We could do many things. So why are we doing nothing? In order for you to do anything, baby, you'll have fingers, baby. Use your fingers. Just use one finger, baby. Just one. Just say one. And click. Share this video with everyone you know. Put it on your Facebook. Put it everywhere. Let the people know that, hey, you are still in the garden. What the fuck are you doing? Choose 104. Don't choose 1 and 3. There's 1 and 4. 1 and 3, all three are 666. 1 and 4, 104, Jerusalem. More Sayed Assad. My name, my father's name, my last name. Jerusalem. Choose Jerusalem. 104. And so make one choice out of the 4 instead of one choice out of the 3. The 4th choice is me, with you in the fire, just as we read in Daniel. You choose me, I'm the branch that protects you. I'll give you protection. I'll surround you with the 0, and the fire cannot touch you. Just take my invisible pill, another 0. I got plenty of 0s. I'll give you any number of 0s you want. I'm rich with 0s. You're like, well, I'm rich with 0s too, but you don't know how to use them. I know how to use the 0s. I'm a mathematician. I'm a maker. I'm a carpenter. I'm the gardener of the garden. I'm the real you. You're just a picture. Listen to me. Let's cut down the street. You want me to cut it down for you? You don't know how? That's fine. I will do that too, if that's what you want. But you're going to have to want something. You're going to have to do something. All I'm asking you is for one of your fingers. Picture, baby. Baby, hold on to my hand, finger. I will click it for you. Share it. Don't think about it. Don't debate it. Don't do anything with it except fire is coming, children. Get inside the protection of the zero. Let me protect you from the fire. Let's big bang, baby. You don't want a big bang? Baby, 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 baby. You want a big bang, baby? You don't know how to big bang? I'll teach you. You could big bang. Yeah, we big bang before. You want to do it again? We can. Let's do it again, baby. I thought girls want to have fun. What's more fun than a big bang or a second big bang? You like big bang. You watch it all the time. The Big Bang Theory. I have it. The biggest bang theory. Let's do it. They're not even doing the big bang anymore. You want to do the big bang? I like it. What part do you want to play, baby? You want to be that? What's her name? The failed actress who goes into sales. I'll give you another beautiful girl having fun. You want to be the scientist, uh, the Jewish scientist? Yeah, that's fine. She's a real scientist, by the way. If you didn't know, watch her commercials. But can she big bang you like I do? I will bang the shit out of you. I'm the biggest banger of all, you know? Nothing sexual. I don't mean it like that. I'm just saying I could hit, two zeros with each other. You could be inside the zero, and then when it bangs, you're already there. I don't have to bang you myself. You're my children. That's kind of disgusting, actually. And so I just bang you with each other. Just what is that? Marry each other, whatever the fuck we want it to be. Let's just bang you zeros. You're inside. You're not gonna feel it. You got fucking seat belts, and you got what is this shit here? Body bags. Well, you have plenty of them. You're all dead, but we don't need the body bags. We need this thing to save us. The air bubble thing machine. That way you go inside. What is this air bubble called? It's called an airbag. It saves your life. Okay, it's a zero too. See, I don't even see it, but it's there. It's inside. It's the same thing with you. Okay, now I'm done with you. Share this with everyone, and send me money at money sign IBNADM. Because all I'm trying to do is help you. I love you. Bye.